Okay, welcome back to my EY class. Last time, I have already demonstrated how to download OECD data on real housing price and construct a global house price indices. So today, I'm going to show you how to identify the correlation between two countries' real house price changes. So if you do not know how to download the OECD real house price indices, you may refer to my previous two videos. And here I extract the three countries that we are going to demonstrate today: the Australia real house price index, the New Zealand, and the USA one. And we are going to show whether the correlation between Australians and New Zealand's house price index are stronger, or the New Zealand and USA house price index correlations will be stronger. So the first column is the year and quarter, and then the second column is the Australian real house price index, and the third is the New Zealand real house price index, and the fourth is the USA real house price indexes. But then for comparisons, we usually compare their year-on-year change in percentage, or commonly is called the annual growth rate. So first of all, we have to convert this real house price index into their year-on-year change in percentage first. Because of a year-on-year change, so the first four rows in year 2015 from quarter one to quarter four would not be available. So the formula is very simple. So we subtract the index 1 year before and then divide by the index 1 year before. So say, for example, here, the first one, you simply type equal sign, open bracket, then this quarter's figure minus the same quarter 1 year ago, and then close bracket and divided by the index 1 year ago. Okay, then you copy and paste, will produce these three columns: the real house price index, year-on-year change, or annual growth rate of Australia, New Zealand, and USA. Then, of course, you can, just like what we have done last week, we can plot the time series chart by insert line graph, and it shows something like this. And they seems to be strongly correlated, as shown in this chart, based on their year-on-year change of real house price index. And Australia seems to be more volatile, while the USA will be more stable. But then their peak and trough happens almost at the same time. So then we are going to test about the correlations between the real house price index year-on-year change. So here shows you how to make use of the correlation functions in Excel to find the correlations between two time series. Say, for example, this one, I would like to calculate the correlation coefficients between the Australian year-on-year change house price index against the New Zealand real house price index year-on-year change. So then you simply type equal sign, and then the function is correl, C-O-R-R-E-L, open bracket. Then you can type or fill in the first row, the first time series, and then put a comma sign, put a comma, and then the second row, and then close bracket, shown here, and enter. Then it shows you that the correlation coefficients between the Australian real house price index year-on-year change against the New Zealand one is very strong at about 0.77. The maximum correlation coefficient is 1, and the minimum is 0. Higher than 0.5 means they have quite strong positive correlation. That means they up and down at the same directions. Then if we do the same to find the correlation coefficients on these two columns to test about the correlations between New Zealand and USA wheelhouse price index year-on-year change, then you will find that it's even stronger, just as shown in the chart before, up to 0.87. But besides using correlation coefficient function, we can also plot Scatterplot, just like this one, a Scatterplot of Australian and New Zealand wheelhouse price year-on-year change. Then you will find the best fit line and the best fit line equation with the R square. So it shows about a weaker positive relationship. Well, if we plot the Scatterplot of wheelhouse price index year-on-year change of New Zealand against USA, then you will find a stronger positive correlation as the dots are less scattered than that in the Scatterplot of Australia against New Zealand. So let me show you how to produce such a Scatterplot. So say, for example, now I would like to produce a Scatterplot between the New Zealand and USA wheelhouse price index year-on-year change. Then you simply select the time series to be plotted and click Insert and choose Scatterplot here and choose Scatterplot. It immediately produce a Scatterplot. And you click on the dot, then right-click. It allows you to add trend line. That's the best fit line. And on the right, it allows you to display the best fit line equation and also display the R square value. You can also put the title and move to a new chart. Okay, let's further show you how to produce the Scatterplot on Datawrapper. So we can copy these 4 columns of time series, then put into Datawrapper. Step 1, update data. Just copy and paste. Then it can read the 4 columns as a table. So you choose Scatterplot here, and you have to refine or define the horizontal axis and vertical axis data series. So here are the 4 columns for you to choose. Let's say we are going to plot Australian against New Zealand wheelhouse price index year-on-year change. So the horizontal axis refers to the Australian one, the column 2, and then the vertical axis refers to the New Zealand ones, column 3, and you can choose to show the trend line or not. And of course, you can have other functions to show the linear line or quadratic line or logarithmic line, etc. So if it is what you want to show, then we can go to the annotate page. And here I type the title, Scatterplot of Australians against New Zealand's wheelhouse price index year-on-year change, data source from OECD, then it will be shown here. And it is created by me. And you can also provide a link to get the data. I also put in text to define the vertical axis for New Zealand's data and the horizontal axis for Australian one by using this annotations function, and also put a dark shaded area for the negative zone, which highlight that indeed when Australians house price index year-on-year change fell down to negative zone, but the New Zealand ones were still in the positive zone. So if it is what you want to be shown, then you can go to the layout page and to the publish page and simply click publish. It provides you the link to share and also to print in PNG format. And now you can download the image and paste into your report. It looks very nice, right? That's it. Thank you.